Hello, Collective. Welcome to January 8th, 2026. I've decided I'm just going to date every one of my readings from moving forward. But yeah, I thought today we'd get some messages from our angels and ancestors because, I just like the angels and ancestors. Holy cow, there's lots of cards coming out today. Okay, so it seems that Spirit has a lot to say to us today. So let's have a look at this. So, Mirror Guardian. Taking the time to reflect. Just a beautiful card. We see this woman looking into space, which almost looks like a womb to me, how she's looking like that. But regardless, Mirror Guardian, time to take the time to reflect. And really, this time of year, and I've said this in my reading from yesterday even, that this is the time, winter time, the season, for us to just slow it down, look after ourselves, think about, our year in review. But, I'm getting more of not just in the year in review, but at this time where we are ascending, it is time to reflect even on those, maybe on those core wounds that have arisen for you, maybe in the last year, or maybe they're just surfacing now. But I feel like, whoever I'm talking to really has done a lot of their healing already. I see this beautiful deep blue on the dress of this guardian, on this beautiful guardian. And deep blue to me is that indigo, that crown chakra, or the third eye in the crown, where we start to see those deeper blues and purple. And, it's being able to use that inner wisdom, the guidance that you have within you. And as she's looking at that, it's almost like she is looking within. And as I said, it does look like a womb, and Mother Earth is the one who holds us and cradles us and looks after us. And so maybe just spending some time in nature, connecting, really thinking about where you sit amongst all of creation. How do you view that? So a beautiful card here for Mirror Guardian. And the next card we have is Sky Father. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. So we see this beautiful card of the eagle, that vision, the visionary, and this Sky Father, the masculine. And the way that I like to look at that masculine is providing that safe space, allowing for things to take form the way that they take form in our physical reality. But this one here in particular, this eagle, it looks as though there's lightning around this eagle, all the energy. So it's almost as though maybe you have a male spirit guide or ancestor that you really feel that you are connecting to at this time. He is definitely guiding you. And it even says Sky Father, so maybe your father is already in the spirit world. But just trust in the unknown is what he's saying. Just trust that everything is as it should be. And this eagle, that vision, just allow for the vision of your spirit or your soul to go with this beautiful flow. I see both this mirror guardian who looks like the mother to me and this Sky Father. They both have that beautiful deep blue color with it. So a lot of psychic ability, a lot of mysticism, a lot of inner knowing or inner seeing, having that clairvoyance to be able to know what is happening, not just in your own life, but to be able to pick up on the energies around with people around you. So having that that mother and the father guiding you at this time. And when we think of balance, we think about the mother and the father, the yin and the yang, and how those two things balance themselves out. So with this being said, and if you put these cards even just side by side, maybe you've even just had an opportunity to balance that divine feminine and divine masculine within you. And from what I hear right now, I've been listening to a lot of different spiritual teachers, and this is really what is happening. So just go with that flow. Trust that you are being guided by, our first mother, the one who provides all for us, and by this Sky Father who is holding everything in place and allowing for us to take this time to do some of that self-reflection. Beautiful messaging. Okay, and we have the Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. Absolutely a great time to be manifesting those future plans and really getting into the details of those plans. If we can create that vision in wholeness and in full with those details, I always say if you're trying to manifest a person, to never, manifest an actual person, but just write down all of the qualities that you would love to see in a person. And maybe it's not just, your soulmate or your match in life, but any kind of teacher, that might be coming to you to show you the way and how to live in this world. There's this book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And for years when I was young, I was always told I should, read this book. And finally, that book did come to me. So if you do have an opportunity to read this book, it is written by one of the students of Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. So really think about what it is that you want to manifest in your life, because you are a co-creator of your own life. I can tell you from all of the things that I have done in my life, it wasn't always sunshine and roses, as you can say. And I know that, again, we see that orange ball of creativity. I almost feel like since I've been doing these readings since the beginning of January, we see this beautiful creativity coming forward every time. And not only does that show me creativity, but this woman, this shield guardian or the shield maiden, she's holding a sword, which really, to me, represents that clarity of thought, knowing what you want to do and cutting away all of those things that no longer serve you. So again, this almost lines up with taking that time to reflect and letting those things go from the past, and beginning to really focus and nurture what it is you want to bring into your reality at this time. So a beautiful card there as well. She is a warrior, even though it says maiden. You've come through a lot of things in your lifetime, and now is the time to really get clear and get detailed and begin to focus on what it is that you want to bring into fruition into your own life. Beautiful. We have winter, taking care of your needs. So again, along with this theme about taking care of your needs, again, I see, to me, this represents that lone wolf, and maybe you've, been through your life and feel that at times you had to walk along on your own. And it has made you so much stronger than you ever thought or could imagine that you would be. And so in this time of winter, again, this is the time where, our culture and traditions tell us that we go inside and go indoors and do those chores indoors. But also this is our time for storytelling, and for, sharing in those relationships that we have, really making those bonds with people. Maybe you haven't had an opportunity to see people, and maybe with this winter weather, you're finding yourself spending time more alone. So giving you that opportunity to reflect and also to make plans and focus on what it is that you would like to co-create for the future. Just know that you are being very much guided and protected with this Sky Father and this beautiful eagle that is that visionary, the one that flies closest to Creator. And finally, the last card that came out in that shuffle was the Knight, to be brave and to be honest. In our culture, in Anishinaabe culture, which is the Three Fires Confederacy, We have these teachings called the Seven Grandfather Teachings, and this one in particular, be brave and be honest, which are some of those, are a couple of those seven grandfather teachings. And when I think about bravery and I think about honesty, it really brings me back to integrity. And so in our culture, when I think of integrity, one of our grandfather teachings is that humility. And so humility, it's not about shirking away and not showing who you are. It's absolutely about finding out who you are and sharing those gifts with the world. So when I see this knight here, it seems as though he is in quiet contemplation, very connected to the divine. You see the beautiful gift of that rose that is behind him, and he holds his sword, which to me is that very clear and concise clarity of thought, of vision, of where you want to make plans and focus in life. So a beautiful energy here as well with this night coming in, 11:11 on the time clock, which to me is that validation that what I'm saying is true. So I see you here in this beautiful quiet contemplation, taking this time in the winter to reflect back all of the things that no longer serve you, letting them go, letting them fall away into that year of 2025, and then to begin to listen to this guidance of that sky father, that one who is helping you vision and plan for your future. Beautiful messaging here today. I think what I'll do, since we are just at about the 12-minute mark, is I want to take again my little oracle deck here from Lilydale's that I bought, and it's called, I never can remember, Lenormand Blossom deck, I believe it's called. And I'm just going to ask Spirit to give us a couple of cards here just to see if there's any more messaging about letting go of the past and focusing on the future and seeing just where you really want to go. And so I will cut this deck, and we'll take this top deck, and we see a letter. Maybe you are going to be getting your messaging today. 27 is the number on the card, 27, which equals a 9, which is 9 is that final year, completion year, which we just had in 2025. And, maybe today, or even February 7th, 1 month from now, maybe you will be getting a realization or a message, a messenger that's going to bring you a beautiful message. And the reason why I think that it is a beautiful message is because we have this dove that is holding the letter. And to me, that's a symbolism of peace and of joy and of freedom when I think of that bird and being able to fly. So miigwech for that. You can expect a beautiful message coming toward you. And we'll take one more with this 4-leaf clover. Ever beautiful, again, with the number 2. So 2s represent, again, the duality, the yin and the yang. Again, reconfirming these two cards of the mother and the father, or of the male and the female, the yin and the yang within. But I see this beautiful card here with this clover, and that the clover at the top is pink, which is interesting because from what I know, clover, those 4-leaf clover are usually green in color. But when I look at this represents this beautiful love with the green, that heart chakra, but also pink. Pink is that feeling of love, knowing and caring, nurturing. That beautiful pink color reminds me of love. And so maybe you're going to be finding your divine masculine. Maybe you're going to be lucky with bringing in a divine masculine for yourself. Or maybe you just have all kinds of luck around you. I see four-leaf clovers around. So being open in that heart chakra, being open to maybe accepting a new person or partner in your life. So thank you so much. In my language, we say Chimigwech. Thank you so much for listening today and for listening to the messages for January 8th, 2026. And we'll see you here again tomorrow. Take care.